Welcome to the journey, y'all. It is your boy Journeyman Bell, aka Mr. 100. Y'all coming in on today on the final day of Matters of the Heart devotional. I hope that this week has been very, very insightful for you as we've been looking into the clean of Psalms 51 and creating me a clean heart and renew the right spirit within me. And so I hope that on this week, some of the messages and some of the thoughts that you've seen, the midday challenges, or something from what you've been gathering this week has been a blessing to you. And I want you to take these nuggets, take these tips, take this information and apply it because we need to apply it. If your heart has been in a place and you have been trying to get your heart in a better place, a purer place, get those old hurts and detoxes out, then this week has definitely been for you. And so don't ever overlook these messages. Let's apply these things because that's why I'm here. So that we can, I'm saying we because we're in this journey together. I too am working on some areas in my life, but I want you to be a part of the journey. And so on this week, as we close out this week, it's been a phenomenal week as we looked at being as confessions. We dealt with letting go. We dealt with examining. We dealt with the A list. And today we're going to deal with the N in clean of neglect. You know, the most important part of this whole healing journey is the ability to say no to the things that are trying to bring us back to our old places, the things that are trying to bring us back to having bitterness and anger and things like that, and these things that keep resurfacing in our lives, that keep resurfacing in the pattern of our lives, and they have become a stronghold to the things that we won't get past. So today we are dealing with the areas of neglect because what you neglect when it comes to a healing heart will be very detrimental to your healing places and you going forward because a half healed heart is still an incomplete healed heart, okay? Areas where we need to address on today. And so we are dealing with the word deny on today, the DENY. We're dealing with the distractions, we're dealing with the exam again, and we're going to deal with neglect and the yielding places. And I am certain that a lot of these things we are going to revisit and resurface that we've already talked about prior to. Okay, so let's dig into this real fast, and we're gonna cover these quick points, and then I'm gonna get out of your way. Okay, so as we deal with the D in deny, we deal with distraction, the distraction of the heart from deception. Distractions of the heart, we have to stay away from the distractions of the heart that try and deceive us. Because listen, our heart places can be so sensitive and can be so moved one way to the other really, really quickly. And we'll find ourselves in a trap of our old emotions, find ourselves in a composite trap of old emotions that we tried to get rid of and we tried to say no to and we tried to get away from. But listen, small distractions lead to bigger destructions. I'm gonna say that again. Small distractions can lead to bigger destructions. And if we are not alert, if we're not aware, if we're not concerned, we'll find ourselves falling right back into those bitter places. We'll find ourselves revisiting the hurt. We'll find ourselves revisiting the pain. We'll find ourselves revisiting. And this is the heart posture that we find ourselves in so often, is that we continue to go back and revisit because we're trying to figure out what went wrong, what happened, and how did I get to this despairing place of pain in my life, and we trying to do that while we're still trying to go forward. So we got to pay attention to the things that are to distract our hearts. The heart can, listen to this, the heart can be pulled by its emotions. I know you already know that, but I just want you to just jot that note down that my heart can be pulled by my emotions, which is why we talked about discipline yesterday, which is why that we have to move past this emotional place and we have to become more disciplined. We have to become more sound and we have to become more sober. And when you bring yourself to a place of realization that I can't be moved by that anymore. I've got to make sound decisions that are better for my heart. Because if my heart's not beating, then I'm not living. And a lot of times our heartbeat stops while we're still breathing. I hope you caught that. A lot of times our heartbeat literally stops, even when we're breathing, because our life stops. And when pain and when we're trying to get rid of sadness and regret and these things that pile up in our heart, we're trying to get rid of these things. And then all of a sudden, we find ourselves not being able to move forward in life. And life has so much for us. It has so much for you. Tell yourself, I got more to life than this. There's more to life than this pain. Tell yourself, there's more to life than this pain right here. I'm pressing forward, but I got to get past my emotions. Watch this. Deny what pulls you back from the truth. Let's come to real grips, because one thing our emotions will do was take us to a fantasy vacation in pain. Catch that. Don't allow your heart to take you to a fantasy place in pain for what you're trying to work to get out of. We're trying to get out of this hole of hurt. We're trying to dig our way out of this hole of disparity, this hole of regret, this hole that continues to bog down and wear on us the wrong way. And we are trying to get out. So we got to stay with the truth. Let's stay with the reality of where we're trying to get to. Because remember this, what I am feeding my heart will become a part of my life, whether it is the truth or the emotions. What am I feeding my heart is the real question. What are you feeding your heart? Are you going to feed it with the truth, or are you going to feed it with your emotions? Because one of these two have got to win. If not, you're going to find yourself being double-minded. And the Bible says that what a double-minded man is unstable in all of his ways. Stability is important with a heart that's wavering. So a lot of times we have to find within ourselves to get a grip on, hey, let's come to the reality of what we need to deal with and let's go forward. Because listen, we can't get better being bitter. What am I feeding? Ask yourself that. What am I feeding my heart right now? Am I going to feed it the truth? Or am I going to feed it emotions? Am I going to feed, well, it's nothing you can do about it, but go forward? Or are you going to feed with, well, I can't believe that they just continue to hurt me? Because the decision of the road splits and makes the decision with you. But you have to make a decision on where you want to be. If you're going to be distracted for destruction or decisive for declaration and healing. Come on here. Let's go to the E. As we examine for honesty. Come on. Remember, reveal, not conceal. We want to make it clear to God. We want to make it clear to ourselves. We talked about this before. We want to reveal and not conceal. We don't want to hold back. We want God to see this. We want God to see the hurt. We want God to see the pain. We want God to get rid of. Remember, ridden, not hidden. Let's get rid of it. Let's not hide it. Let's rid, not hide, not hid. Because hiding only becomes detrimental to you. Revealing becomes passionate and becomes persistent. It becomes release. There's a release in what you make known. Exit, not exile. Don't seclude. Let's get it out. Come on now. The Bible says, search me, O Lord, know my heart. Test me. Come on now. Of all my anxieties, every fear of reaching back out in relationship, every fear of reconnecting with other people, every fear with being attached again for love, or whatever it is that has drawn you away. Hey, let's listen. Let's get rid of it. Let's get it healed. Let's let God see the pain. Let's show him. Let's show him where we're at. I'm broken. Come on. I'm broken from this. But I want you to see it, God. I want you to have this. Because God can't heal what he is not aware of. Oh, he knows our thoughts. He knows our words. He even knows the next thing we're going to say. He knew I was going to do this live today. But the acknowledgement place of what it is, what we don't make him aware of, is our partnership with him for his agreement to heal us. Did y'all hear what I said? Our revealing to him is the partnership of his obligation to heal us. So when we're showing him where the pain is, then he said, okay, now I can work with that, because now you're exposing the area that you've been very sensitive in trying to hide. Remember, God cannot heal what he is not aware of. Moving on to the end, the neglect. This is the hard patterns. We have to neglect the patterns, the triggers, the things that want us to revisit to our old ways. You know, our old ways have a tendency of pulling us back to old character. It makes us do old stuff. It makes us go back to, I'm serious when I say this. It makes us develop the old language. Why? Because the old man has been developed off of this. And God has said, I'm trying to put a newness inside of you, but I cannot bring you to newness when you keep going back to your former. You have to refuse your old patterns. In order to know what your old patterns is, you have to kind of do an examination over what makes you the way you were. Is it somebody saying certain things to you? Do they talk about your mother, your father? Do they talk about your family? What is your pattern that has made you who you are? What's created the development of your old ways that God is trying to take you away from? God is trying to divorce you from. God is trying to get you to neglect. Come on here. Breaking the cycle of the old wants to keep. Break the cycle the old wants to keep. You keep wanting to say, oh, I feel my old self coming back. Listen, I've had a few of those moments here recently. My old self wanted to do some things, but I'm pressing. That's why I'm saying I'm in this with you. So I understand. I'm pressing toward not doing the old things that would occur when I would feel that my heart places were not treated fairly. Don't rehearse what God's releasing. If he's trying to get it out of you, let him get it out of you. Don't take back. Don't take back what God is trying to remove from your life. You may be losing some things in your release, but listen, you're getting your heart placed back with God. You're getting back what the enemy tried to steal. Don't rehearse what God is releasing. Last but not least, the yielding places of our heart to fully God, to fully to God. Excuse me. Yielding our heart fully to God. This is a complete surrender. This is an alignment this is a yielding place, a surrendering place that brings about an alignment. The openness gives God access to us. Come on now. We want God to have access to us. We want God to have all that he needs from us so that we can have all that he needs for us. So as I talked about on yesterday about the exchange place. We're trying to get it out. We deal with the God of exchange. So I want to be fully yielded to him. I want to be fully committed and yielded to him so that I can be fully fulfilled in my heart of all the matters that have blocked me, sustained me, that have stifled me, stagnated me, slowed me. I want to get that out. I need to get rid of it because it's not helping me. It's not helping us. These are matters that we have to deal with. These fears, these discouragements, these doubts, these old doubts that formulated in us. That's why the examination is so important, because God will take you back down memory lane as to where it all started. And I want him to revisit, where did it go wrong with my heart? Last but not least in this whole thing is, remember this: denying is not just the behavior change, but a transformation. Denying is not just a behavior change, but a transformation. In other words, let me say it like this: when we start to deny what we used to be, when we start to examine, we start to neglect, and then we start to yield, what we are doing is we are transforming ourselves. Not just through behavior. It's not just a behavior thing, but we are changing who we are for what we need to become. Our heart needs to become a better place. Because think about it. When your heart's good, life is good. When your heart's bad, life is still trying to find its way. When you're trying to find your way in healing, you have to go back to this whole process. Go back through these places and say, let me not be distracted. Let me examine. Let me neglect, and let me yield, so that my heart can be transformed along with my ways, so that every matter of the heart will matter and build up matter for substance, for healing for my life. This is a journey where we believe in taking life one step at a time. Y'all tune in next week, y'all. We got more to talk about in this great journey that God has for our lives, in healing in our lives. This is for you as well. Y'all be blessed.